Earlier today, William Ruto took his campaigns to Garissa, where he was literally chased away. Though that will be our analysis in our subsequent videos. In this video right now, I want to make some quick observations on what happened in Parliament today pertaining to the voting, how the MPs voted. 204 MPs supported the Finance Bill 2024. 115 MPs rejected that bill. And if you look at these 204 MPs, almost 100% of them were Kenya Kwanza MPs with the help of some few opposition MPs who are currently working with the government. My concern was not the Kenya Kwanza MPs because I knew, after all, they were going to vote for that bill. I was very keen on the opposition MPs, and more so the ones we saw at State House Nairobi, and these other ones who have also been supporting Ruto's government, the likes of Esther Passaris. Let's see on how they voted and what that voting means. Bondo MP, this one who was seen at State House Nairobi, supported the bill. He voted yes. Karoli Omondi, MP in Suba, voted yes. David Ochieng Ugenya MP voted no. Mark Nyamita Uriri MP voted no. Elisha Odhiambo, Game MP voted no. Shakil Shabir, this Mwindi MP from Kisumu, was absent. And his being absent confirms he was supporting that bill, only that he was not brave enough to vote for it. Esther Passaris voted no. Felix Odiwuor Jalang'o, Lang'ata MP, voted no. That's how these vocal rebel MPs voted. What does all that mean, ladies and gentlemen? Let's start with these opposition MPs who supported the bill. Bondo MP and this Karoli Omondi. Those MPs have already lost hope. They know they can't be re-elected irrespective of what they do. Whether they supported that bill or not, they know the ground is done with them. They can't be re-elected come 2027. So I'm seeing leaders here who don't care. Their main concern is on how to please Ruto, for Ruto to give them some goodies. After all, 2027 is already gone. They can't be re-elected. These ones still have got some hopes that maybe if we do things right, the ground can sympathize with us and they can re-elect us. That's why they rejected that bill. They listened to the ground. They want to appease the ground. That's why they rejected that bill. The truth is this. I honestly believe that as long as these MPs are still supporting Ruto's government, whether they rejected that bill or not, their goose is already cooked. Their goose is already cooked. As long as they're still working with Ruto, whether they rejected the bill or supported the bill, their goose on the ground is already cooked. They have no option but to wait to go home come 2027. Secondly, It's now coming out very clearly that these MPs made a mistake. The mistake they made was to announce publicly that they were working with Ruto. Ruto has put these MPs between a rock and a very hard place. Ruto is killing these MPs politically because I know next year there will also be Finance Bill 2025 and 2026 and even 2027. And Ruto expects these leaders to still support those bills. So you are seeing clearly, Ruto is antagonizing these people with the electorates. So they made a mistake by joining Ruto. They never looked at the bigger picture. And that's why they are finding themselves in this precarious situation where the president wants them to pass that bill, but the ground is against that bill. And that also confirms that a smart politician, look at your ground. What are the people where you come from? What are they saying? Don't just make decisions without knowing what the ground is saying. And also, if you look on how largely members of parliament voted, it confirms that these MPs are not there to represent the interests of Kenyans, but they're there to serve their own personal interests and the interest of one individual called Ruto. That's why they voted for that bill. It was very clear, and there is no doubt about this. The ground was against that bill. You don't need to do a research to know the ground was against that bill. And these MPs, they knew the ground was against the bill. Still, they went ahead, voted for that bill. So today, proved beyond any reasonable doubt that our elected leaders are only loyal to the top leaders. They are not loyal to the people. And this should also be a lesson to Kenyans. Kenyans should wake up. Kenyans should wake up and they should know exactly what they want. There is no need of telling your elected leader to reject the bill, but at the same time, you are supporting Ruto. Kenyans must decide. And when I say Kenyans must decide, I mean specifically the mountain and the Kalenjin Rift Valley. If they are really tired of Ruto, let them equally reject these leaders. And if they are also tired of these leaders, let them also reject Ruto because these leaders are being directed by Ruto. So the ground has to decide. As I conclude, it's also coming out very clearly that also a good number of opposition elected leaders, mainly from Western, I also saw a good number supporting that bill. Those ones from the coast, they really did a good job. Though we'll dissect on how these MPs voted in details in our subsequent videos. But it's clear these MPs are just there for their own personal interests. They don't care what the ground is saying. That's something coming out very, very clearly. So they are going against the grain. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe in order not to miss our next analysis. And to those watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, subscribe, give the video a like. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.